Big check. YouTube, what's the word? What's the dealio? Um, so I know y'all probably been wondering, like, he said he's been doing a lot of vlogs. I haven't seen a vlog in 2 weeks. I'm gonna talk about that. I also want to talk about a trade breakdown, talk about a few of the trades that I caught on gold this week. So this will be a very interesting video. So life update and then also trade breakdown so y'all can get some information as well. But pretty much I haven't having my vlogs been dropping because my editor, like, they always got an excuse on why the videos they take all day to edit it. Literally, I got probably like 3 or 4 vlogs in the vault that's supposed to been dropped that haven't got dropped. So don't think that I'm not, um that I'm not dropping consistently, whatever the case may be, because I got a lot of content for y'all. But today I pretty much want to talk about, just the journey as a trader. I feel like a lot of people, they watch my YouTube video and they always, like, I always get DMs, like, and I appreciate y'all reaching out to me with the feedback that y'all do. Y'all say, like, the trading camp, the free trading camp series, that helped me a lot. My live chart Sunday, my Let's Chart Sundays videos, they helped out a lot, so forth and so on. But sometimes it's like even those things, like, don't really help out the way that they need to. Sometimes y'all just need a video like this where it's just like face to face, just sit down, talk, and listen to what it is that I had to say and have that real conversation, like as if y'all was, sitting in my office, right here with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things, man. Trading is like such a individualized journey, you know. And I just want to have that conversation with y'all. So if you watching this, just know that, like, there is no destination, like there is no end all be all. Like, oh, when I get here, it's gonna be, it's like I already done been through that, and I'm telling you firsthand. Like, I used to think, like, when I started trading, it was gonna be like, hey man, like, once I make my first 10K, I'll be good. Then I made 10K, and it was just like, it still feel the same. I just got a little bit more money. So always just be mindful of that it's never just a destination, and it's always a journey. And I'm gonna just be speaking to y'all, like I said, like we face to face, bro to bro, whatever the case may be, because I just feel like sometimes these videos is needed. And like, throughout this journey that I'd even been having myself, it's like I done went through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of trials and tribulations. If y'all been following me on Instagram, or y'all follow my other channel, Adlito Trading, y'all know that I talked about my daughter just came. My daughter was just born. She actually came early. So my daughter wasn't supposed to come until July, and she came like 3.5 weeks, or 2 or 3 weeks early. And I wasn't really expecting that, but it was such a beautiful blessing. Like, what a privilege it is to, be somebody's dad. And with that being said, it's like my whole perspective on life is like already shifted. And I just want to give y'all, like, all of the information that I can while I can, because, like, I want to be able to spend time with my daughter. I want to be able to, do stuff like that. But also at the same time, for y'all that's watching this video, like, y'all part of my tribe. Like, I know that y'all probably been watching me for a while. Y'all been locked in. Y'all trying to get in y'all trading journey, like, y'all been trying to get to the next level. And it's one of those things where you had that realization with yourself, where you really sit down with yourself and ask yourself, like, where am I at in my trading journey? Like, what's causing me to experience the things that I'm experiencing inside of the market, whether it's, ups and downs, whether it's consistent wins, consistent losses, whatever the case may be. It's like really sitting down and, having that conversation. And I feel like it's one of those things where once you do have that conversation with yourself, it's like that's the gap, when you really know what it is that's stopping you from getting to the next level. When you really realize, like, damn, it's really up here. It's not a new strategy. It's not me watching Mike Lito's videos and then going to the next creator's videos and then studying and thinking I just need a whole bunch of information, whatever the case may be. It's like it's really all up here in the mind. And like I said, all of this stuff is just on my heart. So this just, just a conversation. But like I was even talking to Kentrell, which is my cameraman. For y'all don't know, y'all probably been seeing me posting like on my Instagram, tagging him. Like he been so locked in with just like learning the course, like rewatching the material, so forth and so on. But also at the same time, like we be having conversations and I be telling him like, bro, like it's all up here where you gotta believe that you can even do this shit. Like you gotta believe that you can make 10 bands a month. You gotta believe that you can make 50K a month. You gotta believe that you can make 100K a month. Otherwise, if you don't believe it, then it's never gonna happen for yourself. And inside of this market, I feel like a lot of times like people watch my videos, they study material, so forth and so on. Like they get the strategy down, but they don't really believe it for themselves that it's really for them. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really think that they can make 100K a month, but it's really the limits that you place on yourself. So like when you realize that you have no limits, it's like, bro, you can do anything you put your mind to. If you want to make 100K a month, then you can make 100K a month. If you want to make 15K a month, you can make 15K a month. But whatever that you say that you can do, that's gonna be like your limit. You know what I'm saying? So just having that conversation and realize and really understanding like you can do anything you put your mind to, but first you gotta believe it, bro. Like you really gotta believe it. And it's really a mindset shift, and you gotta be in a complete alignment with whatever it is that you attracting. Like you can't say you want to make, let's say I'm gonna just start with a smaller number so it's more relatable. You can't say that you want to make 5K a month from trading, but then like having $50 trade, and then closing just because you was $50 in profit and it didn't even hit your take profit yet. Or you go $50 in drawdown, you just close it because you scared of losing $100. And it's like you really gotta shift your perspective and move, walk, and talk like the person that you ultimately want to become. So if you want to make 5K a month, you gotta really sit down and ask yourself like, how is the person that's trading making 5K a month? Like how do they act? How do they prepare? How do they go about their life? How do they approach the markets on a week in and week out basis? Like those are the questions that you need to start asking yourself so you can begin to dissect like what it is that you really need to actually become that person. And of course, as you grow in levels, so going from like 5K to 10K a month in trading, it's like it's gonna require a different version of you. It's gonna require a heightened level of version of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're not gonna be able to do the same thing as the 5K trader a month is doing. You might have to have a little bit more preparation. And not saying that you gotta change a whole bunch of things because ultimately it's a series of compounding and doing the same things over. But the only thing that will have to change is the way you think and the way that you believe, the way that you perceive your own reality, right? Like your own reality has to say that I know that I can make 10K a month. I know that I can make 100K a month. I know like whatever it is that you have to be in complete alignment with it. And I feel like oftentimes where people kind of go wrong with that, it's like they just simply don't believe. Like they don't believe that they can actually do what it is that it takes to get to the next level. And when you operate in a sense of like knowing that trading kind of causes you like in order to be a successful trader, you kind of got to operate in a sense of like not being human. And it's kind of like a paradox because it's like normal everyday life is like we operating as human beings and we emotional creatures. We creatures of habits. Like I talked about this inside of my trading camp. And it's like, in order for you to get to the next level, you got to operate outside of that normal human thinking that you have. You got to operate outside of that current version of yourself that you currently are. And like just having those conversations and really sitting down with yourself will literally take you a long way. And y'all probably hear me talk about this a lot, but like self development is what's gonna get you to the next level in trading. It's not you watching a strategy video. It's not you taking course after course. It's That's not what it is. Like, it's really up here in the mental. And the reason why I'm stressing that is because I want everybody on here to be able to really realize, like, damn, it's not the market that's doing it. It's not these Trump markets. It's not these market conditions. It's me. And when you understand it's you take a certain amount of accountability for your actions. When you take a certain amount of accountability for your actions, then you can really start to move the needle inside of your direction. So that's just one of those things where, like, you just really just gotta, like, lock in. And once you really lock in with yourself, bro, like, I'm talking to you, bro to bro, like, once you really lock in with yourself, this shit becomes so much more easier. You'll be able to see the trend lines. You will be able to see the breaks and retests. You will be able to see the market flowing. You'll be able to understand the direction because you are in alignment with who it is that you are trying to become, and not the old version of you. The old version of you may be the person that's like, all right, I must have this bias, and if this bias goes in the opposite direction, you probably be the person that continue to buy when the market is telling you sell. But it's, for reality, it's like, if you were just open to understanding and being in alignment with who the person that you ultimately want to become is, you will know, okay, that 10K a month trader, they will be able to decipher that the market is no longer buying, it is selling, it's making new lower lows and lower highs. So therefore, I should shift my bias. But that's a certain reality shift, and that's a certain mindset shift that you will have to have in order to be able to even see those things or even notice those things inside of the market, right? So, like, with that being said, and I'm not going to talk too much about it before I get into this trade breakdown, but it's just like, you just being in alignment, bro. Like, have that conversation with yourself and really be in alignment. Like, even me, I do live chart Sundays every single week for y'all. And I give y'all a bias. I'm not fixated to one particular bias. Like, if I say the market is going to buy, I also give a market scenario for a sell too, because I know that if it does not buy, I don't control the market. So therefore, I don't have to be in control. All I have to do is ride the wave. So if it's telling me sales, then okay, I'm open to shifting my bias to sales. But even that perspective right there goes such a long way, because I'm open to seeing those possibilities, because I know that I'm not just fixated on one bias. And that's the difference between a person that is inconsistently profitable and profitable, because, like, the mindset, the way they approach the market, if you only had that fixated bias of I'm only going to take buys, your mind is literally only going to see buys, bro. And it's like, if your mind only see buys, then every bullish candle, then you're going to look for opportunity to buy. And it's like, the whole bigger picture literally is telling you sales. And now you blind to it because you can't even see it, bro. Like, inside of this week for the signals chat, we caught over, let me just double check on my Telegram. I think it was over 800. So yeah, it was 863 pips. So the first trade we caught was 280 pips. And the second trade we caught was 583 pips, right? So this is the trades that I took this week. But being in alignment with these two trades, it's like, one was a buy, then I closed out the positions, and then I caught the sales. But I wouldn't be able to take those trades and benefit off of those moves if I wasn't in alignment with, okay, understanding that the market is now transitioning from an uptrend into a downtrend. So this was the trades that we talked about on the Sunday call, when I was saying I was looking for a price to pull up and push up to this area. On the 15-minute time frame, we had this break of this structure here. So it's lower high. We broke above structure, corrected. So you already know, I'll talk about this inside of the trading camp. Impulse, correction, get money. That's really what it boiled down to. Once you understand those three phases, you can make money inside of the markets, right? So here, What do we have? We had an impulse push, then we had a correction. What comes after that? Get money. So we were able to capitalize on this buy. And of course, I had a fib structure on here. So point A to point B. Price hit negative 27 TP. Once we hit that negative 27 TP, I'm going to show y'all real quick. Let me just change this real quick. So this was the buy that we talked about. And then this was the bias before. Oops, no, this is not the right one. Hold on. This is the sell that I caught. This was the buy here. And you can see this was the before impulse correction. Then we was looking to get money. And understanding like where my take profit levels was at, you can see I hit TP3 hit closing my positions here because I understood that the market was coming to a level of resistance where the market could potentially respect, which was this level of support over here, right? So understanding this level right here. So I was open to closing my positions at that area because we hit that negative 27 and we were at that zone. So being and understanding with that, with the whole message that I want y'all to get from that is you got to be in alignment with the market and you got to be in alignment with yourself, because I had 4 TPs on there. It hit TP3. Once it got to TP3 and I realized like that's a level of resistance, I realized like, damn, I don't even have to be greedy. I already hit TP3. I'm in alignment with what the market is telling me. I'm in alignment with I don't have to be greedy. I'm in alignment with understanding that I don't have to chase after the home run moves. And when I understand that, it's like, oh shit, well, I can close here and be happy because it hit the targets that I wanted it to hit. It may not have hit the final take profit 4, but it hit 3 out of the 4. Cool. It's a level resistance, close it, right? And then going back to that, it hit that level of resistance. And then what happened right after that, right? We had a brand new impulse. Then we had a correction. You already know what comes after that. Get money. So it's IC money. Impulse correction, get money. So we had an impulse breaker structure, broke these lows, came back to retest this trend line. We enter here off this bearish variation signal. You could see stop loss. This one still got to take profit levels because this was the last trade that I caught. But then we go back here. It's like this was the sell. And then you can see this one hit TP4. But TP4 was the overall negative 27 of this move. And it's like this was just a beautiful trade. And a lot of people inside of the signals chat even took advantage of this. And it's just like understanding what the market is telling you, and also understanding like when you really in alignment with yourself, when you really at peace with yourself, when you really vibrating in the vibration of like being positive inside of the market, like not trying to force trades, letting the market come to you, letting you like you should only take trades when the market is ready for you, not when you just decide to come to the market. And it's like we caught 863 pips this week and we only took 2 trades. And it's like quality over quantity beats, like quality beats quantity every time. And I didn't have to take a whole bunch of setups to make that amount of pips, because it's like I let the market fall right in my lap versus going and chasing it. And that's like the same thing with life. Like even if like I use this example when I talk about, I talk with my one-on-one students, and we talk about like when you chasing a dog, like let's say your dog broke out the house, right? Broke out of the fence. When you chase a dog, the dog is always gonna run from you. But when you lure a dog in, when you got a treat, that dog is gonna come right to you. Like the dog will come to you. You don't gotta chase the dog. Same thing in the market. You don't gotta go chasing the market, because the market will come to you. When you identify the setup, you set the alerts, and you just let the market come back to those alerts. It's like the market is luring towards you. It's falling in your lap. You got the treat in your hand. And then once they get to those alerts, all you got to do is press the buy or sell button. And it's like that mindset is being in alignment. And it just goes hand in hand with life. Like, same thing, relationships. Like, if you go chasing a girl, bro, that girl gonna always run from you. But when y'all in alignment together and y'all come together and y'all just naturally flow, it always works out better than somebody just chasing the other person. And that's why it's like just making sure that you having those real conversations with yourself, bro. You really sitting down with yourself and ask yourself, what are you in alignment with? Because you can be in alignment with the wrong things. You can be in alignment with overseeing, your trades, or being scared or being fearful. You might operate in a space of fear. You might operate in a space of limitation. You may operate in a space of, I don't think I can do this because nobody else around me has done it. And it's like, you choose. You the captain of your own ship. You are the author of your own book. And it's like, just be mindful of that, bro. Just be mindful of that. And like, sometimes you just need somebody to tell you that, though. Like, sometimes you need somebody to hold you accountable. Sometimes you need that extra push. And that's what I had to do too. Like, sometimes you don't even know. Like, you don't know what you don't know. And that's why I had got, like, when I first started trading, I had a mentor, and she used to put me on game. And it's like, she would tell me, like, you really got to tap in with yourself, bro. And once I started to learn more about myself, trading became so much easier, bro. It became so much easier. And I know y'all probably watching, like, y'all probably didn't watch course after course, video, YouTube video after YouTube video, and you still really can't even, like, fathom, like, what it is that you're doing wrong. And it's like, sometimes you probably just wish, like, damn, I had somebody else. I wish I had somebody to tell me what it is that I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. Because sometimes you need it. I needed it. A lot of people need it sometimes. And that's just what it is. But enough of my rambling. Even with that being said, if you want somebody to help you throughout your journey, and you want to work with me directly one-on-one, the link is in the description. I'm not going to even put it's not like a sales pitch or anything, like none of that. It's just, if you want to work with me and you want to work with me until you become profitable, then use the link in the description. Because my goal is anybody that work with me, I'm going to make them anywhere from 5 to 10K a month and work with them until they get it. And that's just what it is. So just make sure that y'all be in alignment with yourselves. And let me know if y'all like these, sit down conversations. I might post these on both of my channels, but make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And I'll see y'all in the next one.